All right, it's Mike Young and Denise Young. We're here doing our walk. We're gonna cross over. Hopefully we won't get hit. We're going with the walk sign here, okay, on our daily walk. And today's video is about teenage acne. Denise wanted to get this done because we know a bunch of teenagers that are related to us and they have acne. I had it when I was a teenager, actually. And there was a lot I didn't know about diet. You know, I didn't even become plant-based till like 2014, fully plant-based. So there was a lot I didn't know, and there is, I believe, a big direct relationship here between what you're eating and that condition. I think actually the condition, just like a lot of things in life, is your body kind of telling you that something's not right. So Denise will let us know more in this article that we put together.
Yeah, this article is inspired by my granddaughter Brooklyn, who's not a teenager yet, but she asked me about getting rid of her acne. Acne is a common skin condition that affects many teenagers. It's often triggered by hormonal changes in the body, which is why it is most common in older children and teenagers going through puberty. Acne develops when hair follicles become clogged with oil and dead skin cells, leading to the formation of pimples, blackheads, and whiteheads. While there is no one-size-fits-all solution to acne, studies suggest that diet can play a role in reversing, preventing, halting, and reversing acne in teenagers.
Okay.
It said reverse twice.
Yeah, that's ChatGPT for you. But also consider that they're saying that these are clogged ducts.
Hair follicles.
Yeah. The thing is, all the stuff that's out there, I think even still today, is something that will manage that. It doesn't address the clogging to begin with.
Yeah.
So that's what hopefully the food can. We're going to find out.
By stuff that's out there, he means acne medication, like Oxy-10. Bad food choices can cause acne to develop and worsen in teenagers. Foods with saturated fats, trans fats, high glycemic carbs, and dairy seem to stimulate the hormones that cause excess oil production for those oil glands. Here are the top 10 worst foods to avoid if you want to prevent, halt, and reverse your acne. Number 1, dairy products.
Okay, this is a big one. I have a feeling that if people just stopped eating dairy, they would almost eliminate all issues with acne as a teenager. It's just that most teenagers are constantly eating dairy.
Yeah.
So it's a very hard one to have it to break if you have raised your kids like this, but I think it may be the actual fix.
Yeah, and when we say dairy, you have to think about stuff beyond just milk. We're not talking about just the milk on your cereal. We're talking butter. What else has dairy in it? Even coffee creamers, a lot of those stuff that's white that looks like it's not milk, just check the label. It'll say right on it contains milk.
Yeah, or anything with eggs, right? Eggs, cow's milk, goat milk, whatever, all that kind of stuff.
All right,
All right, well, also make sure you get your 12,000 steps in a day. That's what we're doing. 12,000, and all this is described in my book. That's totally free. Live to 150 at liveto150.org.
Number 2 is processed foods. So if it didn't grow out in a field, if it comes in a package or a box, it's likely processed and you should avoid it.
Okay, also remember there's 2 different types of carbohydrates. There's processed carbs, aka processed food, which is number 2 on the list, and there's regular plant carbs, which we're not talking about. Those are totally good for you.
Yeah. Number 3 is refined sugar. You can find it not only in junk food, but other things like juice and soda.
Well, no, juice is not refined.
Well,
Juice is,
they add sugar to
well, yeah, actually most
juice
juices, yeah, that are processed, that's a processed food though.
Yeah.
But if it's just straight juice from the plant, it just has the fiber removed, which is also a bad thing. But consider the fact that if you want to have sugar in your diet, you can eat whole plants and fruits and things like that. That's not what we're talking about. That is not included in this category. That does not cause acne. So go ahead and eat all your fruit that you want.
Yeah. Number 3 is refined sugar. I think I just mentioned that. Number
Wait,
4 is
what was number 2 then?
processed foods.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Number 4 is high glycemic index foods. What foods raise your glycemic level?
Okay, well, I got a whole chapter in the Live to 150 book on the refined sugar, on the high glycemic index foods. There's anything like any processed foods are high glycemic. It's almost anything with no fiber, Okay, no fiber, or remove fiber. So like white pasta, white bread, all these things. High glycemic, it's unnatural. It will spike your blood sugar levels, and it will screw your body up. It'll screw the balance up. And then, one of the things, if you're a teenager and you're going through puberty, is you're gonna get acne, probably because of this imbalance.
Yeah, so fruit and high fat can cause your glycemic level to spike. Number 5 is fried foods. Those certainly had me get acne when I was younger. I ate a lot of French fries.
Yeah, so fried foods are high in fat, right? That's the thing. High percentage of calories from fat, again, throws your body out of balance internally at the cellular level, and one of the responses is acne.
Number 6 is fast food. So you want to avoid that Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Yeah, high percentage of calories from fat, high added sodium levels. Any added sodium is bad, and especially those that are very high.
Yeah. Number 7 is chocolate, because
Okay.
it's usually has added sugar and it's very high in fat.
Added sugar, yeah, and high, but it's not cocoa powder. If you're talking about straight organic cocoa powder, they're not talking about this. We'll get to this later in the article.
Number 8 is high salt foods. So sodium can increase your acne level.
Yeah, it messes with the balance in your body. Everything's about balance. And for the sodium stuff, any salt, including fermented salt, what it does is it causes a reaction in your body. Your body starts freaking out. It tries to rebalance by retaining water, and that jacks your blood pressure up, and it also screws obviously with your other hormones and your ducts and acne, all that.
Yeah. Number 9 is caffeine. You can find it in coffee, black tea, soda. You want to avoid that. And number 10 is spicy foods.
Yeah, I didn't know about these things, but a lot of this is speculation, okay? So I don't know if we really know, but caffeine and spicy foods, just avoid them if you got a problem with acne.
Animal products and their associated hormones can cause acne to flare up in teenagers. Hormones in animal products can disrupt the balance of hormones in the body, leading to acne. So think about it. Cows are pregnant when they're lactating, so if you drink milk, you're drinking all that pregnant cow's hormones.
Yeah, all the sex hormones actually, so especially bad in dairy, especially, but it's also bad in meats of all kinds from all animals, but especially their milks. And remember, it's dairy milks, it's cow milk, goat milk. Everybody thinks that's the greatest thing ever. I don't know, but it's got all kinds of hormones in it.
Yeah, but cheeses too. The dairy products in particular have been linked to acne flare-ups in teenagers. Dairy contains hormones that can stimulate oil production and lead to clogged pores. I see adults at work with super greasy faces, and I think it could be from all the dairy that they're eating.
And you say my phone gets greasy too. I say it's still the leftover stuff from eating all the other kind of crap I used to eat.
Maybe. Food with a high percentage of calories from fat can cause acne flare-ups in teenagers. Foods high in fat can increase the production of sebum, which can clog pores and lead to acne. High glycemic level foods can also cause acne flare-ups in teenagers. High glycemic level foods can cause a spike in insulin levels, which can lead to inflammation and acne. So refined sugar can also cause acne flare-ups in teenagers. Refined sugars are bad because they cause a spike in insulin levels, which can lead to inflammation and acne.
So are you getting the idea? And it's basically that so far what they're hypothesizing is that with acne, it's an outward showing of these imbalances that are happening in your body that you have control over for the most part. Everything in here that's been mentioned, you have control over.
Non-refined sugars and sugar naturally occurring in fruits are good and do not cause acne flare-ups. Processed carbohydrates can cause acne flare-ups in teenagers. Processed carbohydrates, aka processed food, are dramatically different from whole plant carbohydrates. Processed carbohydrates are bad because they can cause a spike in insulin levels, which can lead to inflammation and acne. Non-organic food can also cause more acne flare-ups in teenagers. Non-organic food contains pesticides and other chemicals that can disrupt the balance of hormones in the body, leading to acne. So if you're buying fruits and vegetables, look for the organic label. Chocolate has been suspected to cause acne flare-ups in teenagers. The exact relationship is not clear, but it is suspected that solid bar chocolate is the main concern because
or
of
chocolate chips, that kind of form, right?
yeah, because of the high percentage of calories from fat. So the dark chocolate is lower in fat.
No, it's not. No, don't think that. Okay, this has been an area that has been a lot of misinformation. When it's solid form, doesn't matter if it's dark, doesn't matter if it's light, doesn't matter if it's white. Okay, doesn't matter if it's a chocolate chip or anything else. If it's a solid chocolate brown or chocolate-like white chunk, it is only solid because it's super high in fat.
Oh, that's right. It still has fat. It probably doesn't have dairy if it's dark chocolate.
It may have less, or it might be accidentally vegan. Yes, but still, the high percentage of calories from fat, as we've learned in this article, is also a trigger.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter if it's vegan chocolate. Does not matter.
It's not good for
But
you.
cocoa powder, if it's pure cocoa powder that you're just adding to something else, which is very low fat, then you're good.
Cocoa powder is fine since it has very little fat. Salt has also been suspected to cause acne flare-ups in teenagers. The exact relationship is not clear, but it is not good advice to completely avoid added salt to control acne in teenagers.
Wait, is not good?
It is not
good
advice to completely avoid salt.
I don't know.
to
Okay,
control
there may be
acne.
another error there. This is ChatGTP is putting these articles together for us. We're doing the best we can. And by the way, we have all the research. Check my Facebook page at Mike Young around this time that the video is released, and you'll find the entire text and all the blue hyperlinks. Also, you can go to our YouTube channel around the same time and check the hyperlinks. Another thing I want to ask you guys about is, if you don't mind, if you're getting some value out of this video, please use the super thanks function here in YouTube to give us a donation. The way you do that is you go down to the lower right corner right here, below this video here, you'll see either 3 dots or a button that says thanks. And when you click through there, you'll be able to go access the super thanks function, and you'll be able to give us whatever amount of money you want as a donation. It's totally tax deductible here in the US. Whatever you think represents the value that we provide from this video. And also, please pass the video along, but please send us a donation if you can. That really helps us out. Thank you.
To prevent, halt, and reverse acne in teenagers, it is best to follow a diet that is low in saturated fats, trans fats, high glycemic carbs, and dairy. A low glycemic diet, or one that is low in simple sugars, can prevent and improve acne. Here's an example of a diet that can provide the best chance of preventing, halting, and reversing acne in teenagers. Fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds, and water. Eating as much certified healthy vegan food as possible is important for teenagers that might experience acne. Healthy vegan food is food that is plant-based, whole, and minimally processed. It is high in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and low in saturated fat, trans fat, and added sugars. To be considered healthy vegan food, a prepared dish must meet the following requirements. It must be plant-based, whole, minimally processed, high in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, low in saturated fat, trans fat, and added sugars. In conclusion, a diet can play a role in preventing, halting, and reversing acne in teenagers. Bad food choices can cause acne to develop and worsen in teenagers. Animal product foods and their associated hormones,
Especially dairy.
acne.
Especially dairy. Dairy is the worst.
Yeah, to flare up in teenagers. To prevent, halt, and reverse
It's a nice sunset behind
acne
us.
in teenagers, it is best to follow a diet that is low in saturated fat, trans fats, high glycemic carbs, and dairy. Eating as much certified healthy vegan food as possible, as it is important for teenagers that might experience acne. And in the link to this video, you'll see the 6 articles that were sourced for this information.
All right, and keep in mind, none of this is 100% for sure, as you heard in the article. But there hasn't been much research into this. And why would there be? Because that means all the people that sell all this crap to teenagers would have to stop selling it.
Oxy-10.
Well, I don't mean that. I don't even mean the drugs. I mean the foods that are causing the acne to begin with.
Yeah,
All of that too. We would destroy amazing amounts of industries, have to retrain everybody, which is fine, But this is why we're not hearing. This is why there's not much research. I think it's clear, everything we talk about here in these videos, it always leads back to the same diet for everybody. Unless, of course, you have allergies or something like that, where you have these bad reactions. We're not talking about don't eat that food if that's the case for you. But outside of that, you know, the general guidelines are the same, right?
Yeah, yeah. The diet that's best for humankind is a whole food, plant-based diet.
And nobody ever told me this. Well, healthy vegan food specifically, okay? Because there's no alcohol in that either. But nobody ever told me this, and I wish somebody did. But the reality is, dairy is like the last thing that people give up. Like, I was vegetarian for many years, but that's the worst thing for you. Even my own story, I talk about it in the book about finally giving up the dairy. I didn't think any benefits were gonna happen from it, but there were huge benefits, smells actually.
Yeah, you don't stink anymore.
Yeah, and it's still, over time, it takes such a long time. Like, even we were talking about earlier, the grease on my phone, I say, well, that's from the old lifestyle I had. It's like oozing out of me, all these animal products and fat and dairy and whatever getting on my phone because I used to eat that stuff so much. 'Cause I'm a big eater.
I think you just overused the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, it could be that.
But yeah, there are benefits to switching to a whole food plant-based diet. You'll have less earwax, your breath smells better.
Feet don't stink.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Shit
not
doesn't
as
stink.
stinky anymore.
All that stuff. That's all from dairy, by the way. All from dairy. Those things we just named, I was vegetarian and I still had all those things. It wasn't until I got rid of the dairy that those things went away. It depends on you as an individual, but I'm just more sensitive like that, and it made a massive difference for me.
Yeah. So let us know if your acne cleared up after you went plant-based, and let us know what other videos you'd like to see.
Yeah, and let us know who you're going to share this with. Tag people in the comments, share the video. Definitely give us a thumbs up, please. It really helps with the algorithm and getting this information out to people. And also, please subscribe to the channel if you don't already. That's also more help for our nonprofit. Whoa. And by the way, we're going on the health optimization cruise, so sign up for that, healthoptimizationcruise.org. All this stuff is down below in the in the video description. So check it all out down there. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.